Good morning, Maria. Good morning, Lilia.
Good morning. I was mute. Okay.
You
Good
were.
morning.
Good morning.
How are you, Mary?
I'm
How's
good,
everyone
Mary.
doing? Fine.
Well, issue about getting the meeting started on Zoom this morning, but we're on, and it's nice to see everybody.
Nice to be here.
So, being aware of everybody's time and the fact that we're starting a little bit late, let's get started now. We'll call the meeting to order at 10:35 a.m. So again, welcome everybody.
Hello.
How's everybody doing?
Well, waiting for good news. I hope to have good news. You know, I lost the email you sent with the agenda, and I can't find it. So I know that I'm looking and looking. I just cannot find it.
Well, it's not a lot different than our usual agenda. Good morning, Alana.
Good morning.
Except that today we're going to be focusing more on the capital and expense budget because we have to finalize that today.
That's what I'm looking for, and I cannot.
Well, I sent the list to everybody of.
No, I know you did, but I just cannot find it on my crazy.
I'll resend it to you right now, so it'll be on the top, Maria. How's that sound?
Thank you.
Thank you, Yosef.
Sure. It's the LAS Luna at MSN.
No, it's J.
Send it to all of us.
Luna.
Say that again. J what?
JURA.
JURA.
LUNA at Outlook. Don't use that Luna no more. That was hacked some time ago.
Oh, that's why I said someone said JURA.
Right, LUNA.
LUNA. Yeah.
At Outlook.com.
Okay, sending that one right now. Richard, you didn't get it either? You got it.
I got the budget on the email that supposedly had an agenda attached to it.
Oh, okay. I'll send them both to you.
I couldn't download that.
Oh, I'll try. Okay, let's see.
That's
Okay. You got it?
Okay, let me look. Yeah, thank you.
Sure.
Mama, do you remember how much the bags were? How much the what? Oh, I have to, yes.
okay. Everybody good?
Mary,
Richard? Yes.
Maggie is asking if you can see her.
No.
Maggie Hernandez. She
Yeah,
sent you
no.
a question.
She may need to be promoted.
She's an attendant. Yeah.
Let's see.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Ebenezer, can you promote all those participants that are on there? All the attendees, please.
Oh, hey.
Can you sign for your package?
Yeah. What is it?
Ebenezer.
Yes, Mary?
Can you promote the 3 attendees, please? So
Sure.
we can see them. Thank you.
All panelists. Come on, panelists. Promote the panelists. Okay, they are promoted, Mary.
Thank you very much. All right, you know what? We've got a new person attending our meeting today, and let's do introductions, and then we can meet her. Okay. So I am Mary Anderson. I'm chair of the committee, and also member of WICOA, Washington Heights Inwood Council on Aging. So I see a lot of people in various places. Joseph? Joseph he's muted. We'll come back to him. Carol, please.
Hello. Carol Weeks, Director of Dykeman Senior Center and a member of this wonderful committee. Thank you. And
Richard.
WICOA.
Okay, yeah. Richard? We'll come back to Richard. Maria, go ahead.
I am Maria Luna, a member of this committee, and also a member of 994 Washington. I'm sorry, Ilana. I'm sorry, Ilana. Riverstone, members of ARC, members of ICS, and many others.
Julie?
Good morning. I'm Shuli Gutman. I'm the director of Mariah Senior Center. I'm on the executive board of WICOA as well. And
Maggie? You're muted, hi. Unmute yourself.
Okay.
There you go.
So Maggie Hernandez from Star Senior Center, and we've been open since July and seeing about 90 people per day at this.
Okay, we're doing just introductions right now. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Ilana.
Ilana Dunner, Executive Director of Riverstone Senior Life Services.
Joseph.
Hi, Yosef Kalinsky. I'm assistant chair of the committee. Happy to be here.
Richard.
Hello,
Yes. Introduce yourself, please.
Richard Allman, member of the committee, staff person for Washington Senior Services, working at the A. Philip Randolph Senior Center.
Thank you. Marie, welcome to the committee. Introduce yourself, please.
Good morning, Marie Garçon. I'm one of the nurse practitioners working with the house call program. We provide primary care to the homebound population in Upper Manhattan.
Thank you, Liliet. Liliet.
Liliet Lopez, Outreach Specialist for Night Connect.
Thank you. And Dee.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. I'm Dee Hernandez. I am the director of the Center for Adults Living Well at the Y. I see some familiar faces, and I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Welcome to the Y, and welcome to the Aging Committee. Hopefully you'll be able to, continue to join our meetings because we're, interested in reaching out to the centers. Thank you. Okay, so So any update on the senior centers from any of the senior center directors or senior programs? That hasn't been updated since the last meeting. If you could just.
Well, I think
Julie,
that,
go ahead.
I think that everybody is Carol.
I'm sorry. Okay, hold on.
That,
Go ahead.
I think that everyone knows their status so far as the contract is concerned. I believe that happened. So maybe people are going to share that with you.
Okay.
We're starting to hear back from procurement as to the extent of our RFP submissions. So
Okay.
that's they're rolling it out now, and that's very exciting. Centers are getting approval pending negotiations of their RFP submissions,
Yes,
which is a good step in the right direction, considering we'd like to get the new budgets started.
All right. Thank you, Julie. Dee, do you
There's
have?
also, we also,
Hold on. Go ahead.
I'm sorry,
Go
there
ahead,
was just
Julie.
one other thing that DIFTA is going. DIFTA is now a little bit more involved also in trying to get more internet-enabled tablets into the hands of seniors. All of the centers have received lists of clients to call. If the clients are living alone at home and have no internet-enabled device currently, they are eligible for an internet-enabled tablet from the city. And we are all slogging through very, very large lists of clients to contact to find out who's eligible and who's interested so that they can participate in more senior center programming via Zoom. So that's another update.
Wow, that's great.
You know, I have a little bit of, yes, whatever Julie said is correct. You know, we're facing the same thing. But regarding these tablets, I'm not so thrilled about how they're rolling this out, because they gave us a list of people who attend our center. Now, we want them to continue to attend our center, not to go virtual. Now, I know in the RFPs, we are going to offer, all of us, I believe, going to offer some virtual programming. But I'm thinking these should go to homebound people who can't get out. So anyway, so I just have a little bit of an issue on how this is all going.
So Alana, I can address that. I honestly think that anyone who's attending your center is really not going to be interested in going backwards. This is for people who, for some reason, are not yet comfortable or want to have a backup option when they cannot attend.
But those are not the people on the list. The list of the people are the ones that are coming in.
The list is, to be honest, I think the list is a little ridiculous. First of all, there's a 2 weeks to call hundreds of people, which is ridiculous in and of itself. But also the list is ridiculous. There are people on that list that I are not my clients and that I don't recognize or I haven't serviced recently. But it is what it is. It's certainly a step in the right direction that they are recognizing that seniors need, even just to email so we can get them updates and things. Seniors need internet connectivity, and it is a limited time. These tablets are only internet connected, I believe, for a year. It is a limited time, but it's a step in the right direction that DIFTA is recognizing that seniors need this option as well.
Julie, you said it's a 1-year thing. I don't, what is that
The
about?
internet's only active until June 2022, so it's not even a year.
Right. Which is funny because I think that date might get pushed because by the time they get the tablet, it's going to be closer. And I know seniors who have participated in similar program that didn't go through the senior center, that went through other organizations, and it was generally a year. But I really don't think if a senior is coming into your center and enjoying your programming on site, there's nothing like on site. I don't think you're going to lose that, Alana.
But they're going to get it. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
Can I have a question, please? Are they going to be supplying those tablets and they have to return them, or can they keep them?
I
mean, is
Ernie,
there
you know about this? I
for
think they
keep?
have to return them.
You
They have
think
to
they're
return
returning
it?
I'm
them?
not 100% sure. Maybe Fern can clarify. I see Fern just
I
joined.
think
but-
it said they had to be returned. It's like a loaner. They're supposed to be
think that's true.
returned, but there's no repercussions if it's lost or broken or they don't return it. I don't think the city's gonna be taking any action. So
What are they gonna do with something that is being used already?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't believe that they're gonna take them back.
Can I please
They-
have that information because I have plenty of homebound, real homebound. They cannot go to any center that can use those tablets, either for their visit at home or for mental health therapy. Can
So
I
the
have that
issue-
information?
I think we'd have to find out which centers list they're on. And then they would get pulled off that center's list. Each center has to call. For us, we have 350 people we need to contact. And we have to do a survey for each one to find out, one, if they meet the eligibility, and two, if they're interested in doing it, because there is a requirement of ongoing training, technology training that they would have to do through OATS. So they'd have to not only, and I think for us, that's the problem that we face, is that they're like, yeah, give me a tablet, I'll take it, but they don't want to do the ongoing training. So it's like the
Also,
required
in
training of
terms of-
having it.
Also, in terms of the ongoing training, I spoke to my program officer. They have to come here for the ongoing training. So this is not for homebound people. Anyway, so I have an issue.
So again, my patients are truly homebound. I'm the one visiting them at home. Can I get their names into that program or can I have information regarding that?
So
Like
Marie,
Brianna saying, my patients are truly homebound. They cannot get out to go to any center. They are home.
You would
What are the
probably have to
requirements?
contact the center that where they live, in their, the tree that they live in, you
Dee,
probably have to
Dee.
contact the center.
first, we have to finish surveying all of the clients on our list
Yeah, to see if they're on the list.
to see how many spaces we have for people who are not already on the list. That's our first obligation. I will send an email to the program officer and ask how we get truly homebound people. If we enter them, how are we going to get them trained? Because that's going to be the key question that they're going to ask us, is how are we going to be able to commit to that training if they can't get out of the house?
All right, so I'm getting, somebody will get back to me on that. I can.
I'll get back to you, Marie.
Thank you.
Fern, is there not
Thank you,
also
Fern.
an option? I mean, I got it from my program officer that we can theoretically, I mean, assuming that we have slots after we call our list, we can substitute and add names to that list. There's a
Yes.
supplemental
Yes,
list.
but Dee is correct. The problem is going to remain that if we substitute people who are coming that are ambulatory, that are coming into the center, no problem, or even only semi-ambulatory and are coming in with our vehicles, that's not a problem in terms of substitution. The question that Maria is asking, and I think it's a valid one, is she's got, let's say, 75 clients who are homebound. Those clients that are homebound cannot come into the center for training. And will they be eligible for a tablet, even if we can send somebody to the house to train them through another means? Will they be eligible for the free tablet? And we do not have an answer to that.
Now, the training, are they paying for the training or that's going to be our computer consultant?
They said, I spoke to my program officer yesterday. She said that there might be some additional funding for training. If not, it would have to come through our existing technology budget line.
Or OATS.
Or OATS.
Or OATS.
OATS is expensive.
Not for the individual clients. It's free for the individual clients. It's expensive if you want to arrange it as a program for your agency.
Okay.
But it's free for individual clients.
So they have to go there?
No, they have to come to us, log into the tablet in our place, and then participate in the classes that
That's what I'm asking.
OATS is virtually.
Oh, it's virtual. So you have to know how to turn on.
Yeah, OATS is not at this time giving on-site classes at all. They are only doing virtual classes because we've been doing a number of them at our Central Harlem location.
So,
Okay,
think our
But I
plan-
also have a teacher who will teach how to use the tablet.
Us too. That's our plan, is to have our technology volunteer teach them how to do an open box, show them how to open it, how to turn it on, how to, log into the Wi-Fi if they're at the center, how to create an email address, and show them all the preliminary steps of setting up the tablet, and then helping them to learn how to use Zoom. I think Oates does it through Zoom, so they're teaching them the fundamentals of using Zoom, how to mute, how to, raise their hand, do things like that, and then signing them up to get started with the Oates classes.
May I have a question?
Yes.
Just to say something like about Wi-Fi. Are this thing going to have to be hooked to a computer, internet or anything like that? Or are they just not?
So they're giving them Wi-Fi for a certain period of time. I don't remember the period of time offhand. And then I believe it's $10 a month after that. Is that right, colleagues?
Who's going to pay the $10?
Yeah. Till June 2022, they're covering it. And then afterwards, we'll have to.
It's 10, I have to say, Maria, $10 a month is really very low. But we know that we have many seniors, especially in our part, Alana and my part of the community, we have very few seniors who can afford it. Beyond that term.
But the idea that affording $10 is just keeping, who's paying, are they going to be paying cash? Are they going to be paying to a credit card? They're going to pay. I mean, this whole thing is complicated for some people.
That's right. But think about it this way, Maria. Places like the senior centers that have free Wi-Fi, Starbucks that has free Wi-Fi, and so on, the library, there they can go, they can use the tablet. It's their
If
tablet.
they can go to the library, then they can go to the center, for heaven's sake. I mean, why are we complicating their life?
Right. Because the city decided that as a result of the pandemic, they realized the huge deficit in our communities of lack of tablets, especially for.
It should be free, period.
And maybe we should advocate for that in our budget with DIFTA and the city, that should be part of the expenses that we're requesting. Where did Maria go? There you went, Maria.
Yeah.
That's the pictures changed on my screen.
No, they're going to be requiring that they return this little guy.
There's no.
I know, but I'm saying why load these people with an additional, responsibility?
Well, so most of them don't have internet access at all. And what we found out, as you and I have discussed in other circumstances, that we ended up, for example, doing all of our virtual programming by phone. Yeah. Because none of our seniors, even if they had a device, knew how to use it. And the majority of our seniors,
they are hard of hearing. They can't hear. They can see. So the virtual doesn't work for most of them. But in any case, it's better than nothing, especially for the ones that I'm taking care of. They are bedbound. They are truly homebound because they live on the 5th floor walk up. So those tablets will be very beneficial to them. But paying, it's another problem. Will be a challenge because how are they going to pay? Cash, credit card? Some of them can't even afford it, just like Maria said.
Yeah, no, we know. We absolutely know. That's why my advocacy would be for Mary to include it in our budget request for this committee and probably for the health committee. So because if they're already giving it away, which they are, they're going to give out tens of thousands of them, then I think it's really important that we advocate for the city to support the ongoing cost of the internet.
Yes. And I have definitely can benefit from. They are diabetic. Before they take, and any endocrinologist sees them, they have to go through that education program, and they cannot leave their home. So those tablets, I'm looking forward to put it in the hands of some of my patients who truly need them.
So Marie, while I'm finding out about the mechanism, why don't you figure out how many of your clients could benefit from it.
Will do, definitely. Thank you.
Okay, all right,
So excited. I will.
okay.
Well,
Maggie, do you have anything else to add to this discussion?
well,
Yeah.
Dykeman has another problem.
Carol, hold on, Carol.
Sorry.
Maggie, if you can unmute yourself. Do you have anything to add to this discussion? So we haven't heard.
We do have a list. We've been calling diligently. Most of our members want the tablets for days when they can't come in. Most of them do come in live for classes, but they want them especially on cold days, winter, stormy days, when there's a lot of snow, days when they just are not feeling up to coming in is when they want to use them, but they will continue to come in and use the tablet as a backup. We do have some homebound seniors who were not homebound prior to COVID, but have since become homebound. And they are very interested in having a tablet. I think especially for them, it's very important for them to be connected. But we do have an in-house person that teaches technology and how to use tablets and phones. I'm not sure though if he would be willing to make house calls. We would have to figure that out moving forward. But for now, there's a lot of interest in these tablets for our center.
Okay, thank you. Carol.
No, I was going to say Dykeman has an added problem. We're part of DIFTA. I'm sorry, NYCHA, and NYCHA is forbidden to be part of this. So that creates a little bit of a problem because many of the people in NYCHA did not get it from NYCHA. So they're feeling very left out, but that's just added to the mix of complications that maybe some of you who are facing that know what it's all about. So I just want to.
That's a good point, yeah. I do want to add maybe on another topic, all of us or many of us, I think, are providing booster shots appointments at NYP now. So that's something else that's been added to us, which is good.
Yeah. Okay, actually,
We can send out a reminder to the network that was doing it before that they can do it if they want to. That everyone who had access to the Presbyterian portal has access to scheduling the boosters.
Are we going to provide communication for some of them like we did?
Well, I will, yeah.
So I should contact you again too for the booster. Thank you.
The boosters are being given at the Winter Garden, just so you know.
right. I was going to make that say that under announcements. So we can hold that.
But a number of the pharmacies are giving them out too. So it's a whole different ball game this go around. It's much easier to get a booster, but you do need an appointment.
But right, you still need an appointment. I want to get into the budget because, certainly, we've got some suggestions that we need to talk about and get the wording done. Does everybody now, well, I don't know if everybody does. I tried to send it out to, the other folks that generally come to the meeting. The budget items, the list of budget items.
Mary, a question on the capital and the spends. You have the number one. You have new revise. What does revise means?
It just means from the time before that we had revised it, so that will come off.
Okay, so
unless we revise that again, that'll
Does everyone have the stuff? I mean, maybe I could share a screen if I'm enabled. Otherwise, does everyone have it? The expense and the capital budgets?
I think you should share the screen, Joseph.
Okay,
I have it, but I can't
would
look
need
at it.
Ebenezer to allow me to share screen. Right now, I can't share screen.
So I would do that, please.
I can share screen.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, it said no. No, it said no, because I have it up on my computer too. Where is Ebenezer?
He says,
Okay, you got it, Joseph.
I got it now. Okay. Here. Okay. Okay. Does everyone see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Now, Joseph, does this also allow you to make changes on this?
No, it's a
this- or
PDF.
no? Okay, got it.
If you wanted me to, I could try to do that. Let's see. I change it. If I move it into a Google, oh, hold on, I could do it this way. Hold on.
It would save you from having to put it into the minutes, you know? I
You are
mean,
correct.
each
Hold on.
individual thing.
Hold on. Does everyone see it now on my the
You
screen?
have to close the PDF and open the other one.
Okay, hold on. One more second, and then we'll do it. Here we go. Okay.
There you go. Got it.
All righty.
So we have 3 items on capital.
Yeah, we actually have a fourth thing that we had talked about. Now, so let's go through each one. System-wide upgrade of CB12M area to improve access to connectivity and Wi-Fi. I guess we want to leave that in.
So what does
But
that really mean?
We may want to,
When they saying upgrade, system-wide upgrade, what is that? Is that is every household in our community board 12 area, or is that limited to some areas? What is that?
to have more Wi-Fi availability in the area of this, of Community Board 12.
But who would be responsible
For
for that?
instance,
Mary? What
so
department?
that's on this other list, and I can't, let me see. If I can find that on these other, everybody was sent this preliminary budget register. Fiscal year 2020, 2022. Too many twos. I had,
Is that like about a 40-page long thing? Oh, okay.
but I used a highlighter to highlight the ones that are important to us, and I don't think I was not able to find that on this, like you said, 40-page document, but let me just double check. Program address.
I don't think I got it.
See, the problem with something like this is that we as members of the community board 12 receive this document, and we have to see for a week to read line by line per committee that we are supposed. So it's a really cumbersome type of system. But the question still is that who is responsible for the upgrade? I mean, which
Let me ask Ebenezer, do you have an answer to that?
I'm sorry, Mary, because I'm working with another thing in my computer. What is the question again?
Oh, I'm sorry. Under our capital budget request, system-wide upgrade of Community Board 12 area to improve access to connectivity and Wi-Fi, who's the responsible agent for that?
Do it, but it's probably a program with the mayor's office, but the Department of Technology for the City of New York is the city agency responsible, but this type of program, if I'm not mistaken, come from the mayor's office through the Department of Aging. So you can put as a Spencer Department of Aging would be
Okay.
the best bet here. But you have it as a capital, then will be the for do it, Department of Information and Technology.
Okay.
So can we include that on that particular line?
I think I have to get that into the other, you know,
Wow.
the other listing that where we have the,
Because the way it is just too vague. It's not no one is gonna pick up that.
okay. Do we want to revise that? Revise that or?
So just say that they're gonna buy the, you know, whatever the department is responsible for that capital, and they just include that.
So am I changing the language or we're leaving as is?
Just to add that, you know, to which department we are requesting that they improve the access. So
So where, that doesn't
I
go
have,
here.
I don't know if you can,
That doesn't go here.
no,
because it's a capital, if it's expense, no.
but I have it down on my paper. I wrote it in, so I will, I will add that onto the
Okay.
slide. It may already be on. There's so many lists for the budget, you know, the budgets as it goes through the process. Because there's a number associated with this too, and I don't have it down. So I will have to drum up that.
The ones that you have the numbers, Mary, I may be wrong, but that would be a continuous support as opposed to.
See, because it was a revision, so I have to look at
Right.
last year's. I have to look at last year's for the number. Actually, it was new because it was revised. So it should have a number at this point, but I will look into that.
So if
And
he
I-
has a number, I believe it should say a continuous support.
Yeah, okay.
Because it cannot be a new one, because it's a new, then they will assign a new number. And that
Right,
was
right.
the budget for 2045.
That's why I'm saying I have to look up what the number is.
Okay, thank you.
If there's a number somewhere.
Right,
Okay.
because depending what department it is, it may be that it is install and improve, or, I mean, there may be another adjective that you need to use there to say what we actually want, because I understood Maria's point about who's doing this and what are we asking them to do.
Mhm. You know, because for example, an example of, you know, where there is not connectivity and Wi-Fi in J. Hood Wright Park, you have Wi-Fi on one side of the park and not the other. You know? Because if I
Yeah.
sit on a certain side of the park, I can't use my cell phone even, because there's no Wi-Fi there.
Right, but that
So-
piece of it may be in parks, and then another piece of it may be in a different department. That's why we need to know who we're asking for what.
Okay.
Mary,
The city doesn't. speak for-
Ebenezer again, excuse me. I
Yes.
just got in touch with the Department of Design of Technology, and they're
Mhm.
gonna find out if the agency are responsible for this one, okay? They're gonna send an email. Hopefully I can have a response for you before the meeting is over, okay? A precise.
That's great. Thanks,
Thank you.
Ebenezer.
All right, so number 2. Renovate existing or build replacement senior centers as necessary to comply with ADA and DFTA regulations.
Are there any of our centers not already in compliance? I mean, if anyone that is here on this meeting knows any.
It's Rain Inwood.
Right, right. Rain is not,
Rain Inwood has never been in compliance.
right.
So why don't we specify that Rain and then the others are necessary?
Okay, that's a great idea.
You can add Star Senior Center to your list.
Okay, so I think we need to we need to point out to them what are the ones that are really in need of,
Right.
replacing or whatever, and then the others have, as they, whatever happens after, but that would be just to make them responsible to answer us why they cannot do something for Rain or for any center. that
Right.
are really, that we need to push for.
Yeah.
Okay, so where should we add that?
Instead of replacement senior centers, I would say renovate existing or build replacement for Rain Inwood and Star Senior Centers.
And that would be as a new item instead of continuing
Right.
the 31, because this is going back to 1977, what is it?
2017.
March?
Yeah.
Probably goes back to 2017 when we were looking for space.
Oh, it's the other way around. It's March.
Wait, so am I changing something here?
I believe that we should enter
It would
a new item,
Right,
replacing.
should be new.
For expense or capital?
I think we should, no, my
Still under
recommendation
capital, yeah.
to us to renovate the centers that we just spoke about as a new item altogether. And then the other continuing on the 3122, as it is, just to say that, they need to replace whatever as necessary. That should be, but I think we need to push for those centers that are really need to, for them to come up with the capital money.
So it would be new, instead of that number, it would be new,
Which number?
Number 2.
number
So I
2.
should take out this?
No,
Not the whole
Rephrase
thing, no.
that.
The number,
Yeah, no, we should keep that number,
Yeah.
but we
no,
have
because,
to
no,
read,
because we're, well,
you're revising it to be more specific.
right.
yeah, but I believe when you revise something,
No, we
I
need
don't
to
know.
add we need to add a new item altogether, specifying those centers that are really is not in compliance with ADA and whatever. And then we have to say to renovate, as necessary or to, to replace as necessary the other, the
Right.
other centers.
Right. So those two are specifically need particularly ADA accessibility issues. The bathrooms, for example, at Star, the entry point at Rain Inwood. I mean, I know what the accessibilities are because these accessibility issues have existed since 2000. It's the same issues they've had for a long time.
so that would be not in compliance with ADA
Right.
and DIFTA regulations.
Right. Not in compliance with ADA regulation.
Wait,
And then,
so again, so how is the language different than number
Colon.
2?
You're gonna specify Rain Inwood and Star Senior Centers where we can say specifically those two senior centers are not accessible. The other ones where there were issues have been upgraded or repaired. Or like me, we're moving. We were
Star
accessible
Senior
anyway.
Center and
Rain hyphen
Rain.
Inwood, capital
How do I- R-A-I-N hyphen Inwood. Senior Center. okay.
and,
To comply with ADA and DIFTA regulations.
all right.
That's that's where we can be specific. A lot of them need capital upgrades, handrails in the bathrooms or whatever, but not because they're not compliant, just because they would be safer.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So-
they could really use a handrail on the outer gate going down 187th Street. just to stop people from killing themselves in the ice.
Tell me
And
about
like-
it. Walking down there with my walkers, no picnic.
Yeah,
Why don't
exactly, I
you
know.
include and when you said on that, for maybe to comply with safety guidelines, you know, ADA and, you know, guidelines. To comply, you know, with safety guideline, safety.
With
guidelines of
safety, you
ADA.
want to add safety before ADA?
I think so, because we are
Yeah.
talking about.
So
things like that.
yeah, just do with safety, comma, ADA and DIFTA regulations.
Yeah.
There you go. That's good. That's good, Yosef.
Okay.
Now,
I have
So
a
we-
question.
go ahead.
For example, at our center, we have other issues. Also, for example, we have water damage in one area that has been a problem for years. Is that something under consideration?
That would be
Um,
number two.
No,
I
it's probably the landlord's responsibility.
Separate, okay,
Yeah, that's a separate matter.
okay.
The issue that makes it a city matter is that they expect you to be compliant. You're gonna get a deficit if you're not compliant, but without the money, you can't make it compliant.
Right. Okay,
So do you want that instead of number two, Mary?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if we need, then, well, although.
Maybe
Prob-
ask Ebenezer.
Probably.
We can
I
play,
mean-
we can play with this. I think we need to move on to look at the
Okay.
expense also, right? It's already 11:23.
And I would say that you still need affordable, accessible senior housing, so I would leave that on your
Most
capital. list.
definitely. Now, the other thing we had talked about under capital is tablets and connectivity for seniors. However, with the new information we're getting, what do we want to do about that?
So I think the issue is that you can't ask for the tablets again. I think the issue is that you have to have ongoing free Wi-Fi. And I don't think that that's a capital item. I think that that's an expense item.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What do you think, Yosef?
Probably makes sense, yeah.
And I would say because it is a hot topic night right now, and we have a chance of getting it, we should make it either number one or number two in our priorities. Because one of the keys with expense requests
Right.
is to be asking for what they're willing to give.
True. Now, just want to double check with everybody, and if anybody has any objections or wants to change the order of things here under the capital 1, 2, 3, and 4, is everybody comfortable with?
It really
Them
doesn't
be-
matter because it goes by how are we going to rank them individually. So each member is going to say.
Right,
you
but
know,
we need to
number one
go
would
in
be-
with how the committee ranked them, okay? It goes in,
If you-
it goes in as how the committee ranked them first. The committee
Right, but if
ranking is
you-
there and then the total board ranking.
No,
Remember this?
no.
Remember there's 2 columns when we do the,
Right. So that's what I'm saying. The recommendation of the committee is going to be based on the order of which each one of us vote. So
That's
it
what
has
I'm
nothing
saying.
to do with the lines, how the 1, 2, 3, 4 go.
Right, but the committee gets to
exactly, but
vote now.
is this the way the committee wants to rank them? In the
Oh,
capital?
they said we have to vote.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, we're not to that. We're just
Well-
setting it up right now.
huh?
We didn't vote yet. We need to vote. Yeah, we didn't do that yet.
Okay.
So we going down to the expense now?
Do we want to do the capital and get that done with, or do we want to go on to the expense and vote on? the whole
Let's go
thing?
to expense, I think. Yeah, that's usually how we do it.
Okay. All right, so we need to bring that up.
It's
Can you,
there.
yeah, there you go. Okay. All right, so we also had a revision on, in that last, which this would not be new anymore, but increase access and outreach to healthy, culturally appropriate food for seniors with medical needs.
This was why I asked what the revise on this, means.
It
Because
was
if it's
revised
new-
before,
if
so
it's
now it
new,
would
it's
not,
not be, if it, the way I see it, if it's new, it's not revised. If it's revised, it's continuous support.
right.
I think Ebenezer can clarify that, but I
Yeah,
think.
no, you're right. You're absolutely right, Maria. That's why I'm saying that new revised thing needs to be eliminated, and it will have a number. And I have to find out the number for that as well. Okay. Okay, so we want to leave that in?
Oh, yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
All right. Number 2, increase the expansion in the program, expanded in-home services for elderly persons, funding to provide affordable home care, including sliding scale reimbursement. And we said we wanted to really emphasize the elderly persons because there's starting to give priority to families with children, which is needed also, but we don't want them to forget the elderly.
Right.
Or older persons.
Who definitely needs the home care hours. They're not eligible for Medicaid, but yet can afford to pay $25, $30 an hour for home health aid. So the sliding scale definitely.
That's exactly where I fell in. I mean, it was like, I can't,
Yes, most of my patients definitely would benefit from this. And I need to know how can I tap into those when they are available.
Are we talking about ISEP basically in the community?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a waiting list.
Oh,
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
But you can reach out to Isabella, to the UMC program, because I just got somebody on it this week.
How did you do that?
We called and made the referral, brand new referral. We knew the person was really going to have major problems without it. We gave them as much information as we could. They did a telephone assessment and she's starting next week.
So does that mean they jumped the list or the list is open now?
I don't know.
Yes, okay, all right.
But it's Noel.
Yeah,
Marie?
of course, yeah.
Marie,
Yeah.
I'm saying to Marie. It's
Yeah.
Noel Graziani.
I've tried a couple of times and I was not successful. And I have 103 years old patient who lives alone. I tried to get them food, Meals on Wheels. They wouldn't give it because they say she lives alone, she's not qualified. They find her unsafe to be part of the program. And all I needed is the food for her. She's safe at home. All I needed was the food.
So call
ridiculous.
Deborah Gross.
Debbie's working on that with me, and they
Okay.
give both of us hard time, yes.
Yeah. No, but she may be able to do some through her private funding.
Okay,
The woman can answer the door?
of course she can answer her
Oh,
own.
it's crazy.
I'm working on it because that was ridiculous.
Yeah, but yes, I think,
If you want me to fight for you, I'm in a fighting mood. You can definitely call me. I will call on your behalf.
but I think we can agree that it's a continuing need to be able to offer that to more and more people.
Yes, yes.
Right.
So I'm gonna say that both 3 and 5, in theory, are being addressed by this new contract that's pending right now. So I don't want us to look foolish. The city is putting more money into both senior centers and NORCs as we speak.
I should take it out.
Well, we don't know how much. We definitely know that they're doing it. they upped per meal reimbursements, they upped staffing. So I think that this is not the time to ask for this.
I agree. And, you know, we don't know what the term negotiating means. I wonder if they're going to negotiate us down all the way, but we'll see.
Yeah, but I still think that it's just not appropriate right now to ask for it. We're getting brand new contracts.
So I should take out
Okay.
3 and 5? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, yeah. And somehow you guys need to add the ongoing expense for Wi-Fi. Hang on a second, somebody's calling me. Let me see what they want.
Okay, so increase funding for transportation for seniors by restoring prior city council funding and expanding access and outreach. I think I need Fern to jump in on this as well.
Mary, on the answer for that number 3 now, what is that? What did they say on their report? What was the answer? Did they have any money? Can we wait or something like that? Do you recall? What was their answer? Because we're saying increased funding for transportation, which is really needed, but what was the answer for?
Staff continuing now.
So from my point of view, transportation, they always say there's no funding, Maria. Every answer from.
But I want to know if they were specific in answering our prior requests, because this is not new. This is this is the same.
No, it's not new at all. We haven't had an increase for, I think it's 8 or 10 years.
Lord.
Wow.
We're on the budget, we're only supposed to be paying $15 an hour for drivers that are getting $25 an hour, and they can't get enough of them to drive school buses. So we're absurdly out of date with salaries. And the city is not increasing the funding. They just gave us a 2-year renewal with no increase in funding. So it's really a problem. But what I would just change the verbiage to say increase funding for senior transportation programs, since you're not asking for more money for MetroCard or for that, you're actually asking for more money for programs like WIST. Right? Isn't that what we're asking for, Mary?
Yes.
Yeah, so it should say increased funding for senior transportation programs.
Okay.
The transportation for seniors, what do they offer, please?
So that's the arrangements that you made with me, for example, to take people for booster shots.
Okay.
So there are about 11 standalone programs around the city, roughly 2 per borough, that provide Monday to Friday, roughly 9 to 5, 9 to 4, depending on the particular program, transportation within communities. So like for us, we are community boards 9, 10, 11, and 12. Anywhere you want to go in that area between 9 o'clock in the morning and 3:30 in the afternoon.
So how can I get that number to call if I need transportation for?
In our private conversation, I'll give you the direct number.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so we want to, now, would that be a revised, I guess? With the same number?
It's just verbiage. I mean,
Yeah,
to me, it's no change in what you're requesting. It's
Okay.
just
Yeah.
making it clearer that it's, instead of calling it transportation for seniors in number 3, Joseph,
Yeah,
it's funding for senior transportation programs.
got it.
okay.
Okay.
That way the city knows what we're requesting clearer, but it's the same exact request. Yeah.
Okay.
So then again, all these numbers are gonna stay in, or they that stays here?
I believe that number can stay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
But I think that we still didn't put in the language for Wi-Fi.
No, I know, we're not done yet.
Oh, okay.
We want to leave in that wording by restoring prior city council funding? And expanding
going-
access and outreach, or no?
He just changed it. He just made a change, but funds,
Yeah, he made the change I asked for.
Right, but we want to leave in the rest of that wording?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm just
he just
being real
switched it.
specific here and picky because I
Yeah.
want to make sure we've got the final,
Yeah, no, I think
Draft.
you're good. I think you're good. I wouldn't change it.
got it, okay. All right.
so here we
now-
have new, this is gonna be new.
Right.
Hold on, we got number 4. We didn't talk about number 4 yet.
Okay,
I
Increase,
would say, I'm gonna guess, but I'm gonna ask Shuli, Dee, Maggie, Carol, do you guys need new furniture?
Yes.
It's not our most pressing request, but it's something we can always use, yes.
Maggie?
For us, some furniture needs, yes, but definitely technology needs, if that's can be included as furniture.
Yeah, well, that'll be the order we put it in,
right,
but you're not saying that you don't want furniture.
No, we're not saying that we don't want furniture.
Okay.
No, but absolutely, the technology, I mean, we have devices here that that aren't even upgraded enough to use the DIFTA's new
Yeah.
multi-factor authorization, and it's crazy.
Yeah, and now that there's a big push for us to use technology more, we need to upgrade. I mean, we're lacking. I bring in my laptop, my personal laptop to use at the senior center because we don't really have one, to use here for Zoom, which we absolutely need.
Or the construction for the offices.
So you actually should talk to lady.
Okay,
You
so-
guys should pay for that out of your budget.
but can you say at the end, instead of in senior center as needed, it says as requested? Because, how do they know which furnishing, which center needs some furnishing and other not? So maybe,
What kind of furnishings are you guys referencing? Like new tables? Like
Tables,
lunch?
chairs,
right,
desks.
right.
I
Desks.
guess we could use maybe some new desks for some of the staff and social services, but I can't really
Okay.
think of anything else and it's not really pressing, it's
So,
just.
from what I'm hearing from everybody, it sounds to me like, yes, we want it, but it stays as a last priority.
okay, so
Yeah.
my question is as
Yeah.
needed or as requested?
No, I think as needed is fine. Because we may not have requested it point blank. We want them to reach out to us and
Oh, I see.
find
okay.
out what we need.
All right, okay, good.
Okay, so now we get into this new item having to do
Wi-Fi?
with Wi-Fi, right?
so we're not increasing, are we increasing funding or we're adding funding?
We're adding funding. It's new funding.
Right, so just funding
Mhm.
for Wi-Fi.
Access. For we're probably gonna have to say something like people 200% above poverty level and below. I mean, we're probably gonna have to put who can't afford it kind of.
So we're asking for Wi-Fi in their homes?
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you gonna figure this out?
So I'm going to say almost every program works on affordability. And the general affordability formula is either 180% of poverty level or 200% of poverty level.
Does that mean that everybody should qualify?
Most of my members would qualify because most of my members are way below the poverty level. But I mean, there are seniors obviously who don't qualify.
And they're not living in buildings where they can get Wi-Fi either then.
Right, that's why they excluded NYCHA. Because in theory, NYCHA made tablets and Wi-Fi accessible to their tenants, even though they really didn't. But that's why they're excluded from this go round. What do you think about the wording?
Accurate. I think you need to put 200% of poverty level. That's.
Yeah, that's what Joseph put in.
Yeah, I think it's.
I think it's something, there's something missing there. I don't know. I just know.
Do we want to say 100% funding? Or do we want to say funding for free Wi-Fi access?
I think they should be for everybody, not for
Seniors?
I don't think we should specify below, you know.
So funding for free Wi-Fi access for seniors and then take out.
For all seniors within, you know, our area.
For seniors.
Sorry to interrupt. I have to jump off.
Okay, Maggie, thank you.
Thanks, Maggie.
Thank you.
Mary, what do you think?
Um,
Do you want to say
I think
15 years in Washington Heights and Inwood, or do you want to say a poverty level number?
I don't think we should put any numbers, you know, I think it should be access for all seniors,
I think I agree. I agree with Maria on that one.
All right, so change it.
So I'm just taking it out?
You're just changing it to for all seniors. I guess you want to say in Washington Heights and Inwood, right?
But the question, don't you think we have more of a chance?
Community Board 12 area.
CB12 and CB12
Right.
area, right.
Right.
I'm gonna put in this question to you all. Don't you think we
Okay.
have more of a chance if we do put in the poverty level? Because some seniors would take it away in a sense.
I think the issue is, I think Maria and Mary's issue is, let's not restrict it ourselves. Let's let the city set a limitation.
Okay, I get it. That's good.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that.
Yeah. I assume that's what you meant, Maria, right?
Yes, right, for seniors within Community Board 12, you know.
Right, and then if the city sets a limit, the city sets a limit, but we didn't preset a limit.
Right, okay, good.
Okay, I like it.
I just want to make one point because I'm looking at this preliminary budget register thing. And as far as back in the Capitol where we talked about renovating or upgrading senior centers, their answer was more information is needed from the community board before making a funding decision. So we did that. So that's a good thing. We actually made that revision.
Okay.
That they asked for, so that's a good thing.
All right, so
maybe they'll do something this time.
So I would recommend that we move number 5 to either number 1 or number 2.
Well, again, again.
All right, let's.
We can, the listing doesn't matter. I think separate from that, we need to vote.
Right.
Well, we need to vote that we agree, but we also need to put it in our ranked order, don't we?
Right,
Okay.
right.
So I think that the new one should go first and the others should follow. Because we want to make sure that they know that these are new and that they, we're not happy with the answer that they gave for the other, but we are putting them back.
Okay. I'll play around with
The numbering, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I have to reformat anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're agreement that this should be the order of the capital?
So I think 2 and 3 somehow go together, so you have to figure that out, Joseph.
Renovate existing.
I think the number 3 and the capital number 3 should be number 2. And then the number 2.
Renovate, or those
Because if we are talking that the seniors, the Star and Rain are in so dear needs of,
so I would just take out, let's just take out number 2 then.
I was going to say number two is what, what I just read about needing more, information. And we did that on number 3. So I think number 2
So take out 2
is not necessary.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Okay. And what's with this number 5 over here with is an extra increase OTPS funding for replacement furnishings, non-capital and senior centers, and why is it, oh.
They shouldn't be a bullet.
In other words,
Yeah,
cheaper
okay, fine, that's,
furnishings.
okay, that's just okay.
Because furnishings
Period.
are
Right, yeah.
semi-capital.
Right.
Fine.
I like
Okay, what else do we have?
So I think we should vote.
may I have a suggestion?
Sure.
Yes.
So if we have everything, the capital and the expense on those order, so maybe we should vote as a, for the committee, everybody the same way, instead of putting one, number 2, and things like that. Ranking, instead of ranking them individually, maybe we should vote by recommendation by the committee.
Well, this is the committee.
It sounds like
if everybody agrees with the order that we have.
Yes, exactly. It sounds like we have consensus here, right? We don't need to vote.
That's the
Yes.
word.
So
Consensus.
let me just ask, is there any committee member that has any objection to the way the budget is listed? The budget items are listed, either capital or expense. Going once.
Mary,
Richard has
Mary.
something.
Richard.
Mary, there's no objection, but I think for the record, we probably ought to do a motion.
Yes, but well, okay.
Okay. So what's your motion?
Do you want to pose the motion, Richard?
To forward the list of capital and expense recommendations to the full board and to the city on behalf of the Aging Committee.
Seconded.
Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion passes
Unanimously.
unanimously. Thank you.
Mary, I have a question before we go, I think we probably end, the new members of the appointed to the board, this year. Anyone join our committee that you
No.
know of?
No. And, we still have Cindy Matos as assigned to our committee. I'm trying to get some information from Ebenezer about what we're supposed to do, being the fact that I have not seen her at a committee meeting yet. So,
Is Cindy connected to any of the center, or is she just a member of the board?
she's a member of the board, but a member of our committee. She was
No,
put on
but
our,
I'm saying maybe because she's not a member of, maybe she doesn't feel that she has to participate. I don't know. I'm just,
oh, yeah, she was.
all right.
And she's not a brand new member,
No, I remember. but
of
it's
the
just that
board, but she's a new member of the committee. But I reached out to her from the time I noticed, the time I was made aware that she was assigned to our committee.
Uh-huh,
And she said,
okay,
fine, she said that bad, but I'm waiting.
okay.
There were issues with because OC was out of the country, so wasn't able to, send out appropriate notices, as soon as possible. And so there was a delay in that because there were 2 or 3 people that were, on the chopping block, but they get letters that either, shape up or
I
resign.
have another, thank you,
but-
Mary.
But she has not resigned as far as I know. And
I have another question before, about the members here that are doing the booster. When we give you the names of the people to enter them into the calendar schedule, do you need all the information or just only name and telephone numbers? Because I mean, asking people for, day of birth and all that, address.
Just get name and phone number, because the caseworker has a series of new questions. So get
And they
it.
also have to show, the card where they have, they are eligible to.
Maria, if
for
you
the
give,
booster.
if you give us the name and the phone number, our caseworkers have to call them anyway, because the scheduler now added.
Right now,
new
but I'm saying
questions.
about the, day of birth and, and all that, requirement as prior. I think that should be eliminated.
Probably, but they also have to answer when they got their vaccination. So they'll
I
need
think it
the
was
card.
6 months, 6 months ago.
It has to be more than 6 months ago.
They,
So
no,
they-
they asked me if it was 6 months and I said, yes.
Yeah, but I
Also,
think on the
can you-
scheduler, it asks for a specific date.
Can you find out if people who are getting the booster and also the flu shot? Because I hear people that are, they're supposed to get the flu shot, but not too close to the booster or.
I spoke to a doctor and they told me it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Well,
Right.
That
you can
they
get
have
both at the
nothing to
same
do with
time.
each other, that you could get one in one arm and one at the other arm at the same time and it wouldn't conflict,
Right.
that it doesn't make any difference.
all right, okay.
That's correct. They can get both of them at the same time, different arm.
Right. But
But not at the same place.
no.
Okay, so-
Dee,
All right.
have you sent anyone for the boosters yet?
Not yet.
We actually had some people asking us about it, and we reached out to Columbia to find out if we were going to be able to do the same process, and no one has responded to us.
So the answer is yes. I'm going to forward out the email that I got from Presbyterian, because it's the same login, it's the same site, and it comes with a warning that there are these additional questions.
There.
I need to find out because
Yes.
I'm not sure if the login would have been under Marcy, and my director of social services who was here at the time is also gone. So I'm gonna do some digging to find out.
So
who has access
I
to
believe
that.
the email I have has Paula Richter's contact info, and she's the person on the Presbyterian side who would be able to give you access.
Great. A lot of the members that have come to ask about it have also mentioned that the pharmacies really close to their house are offering it, so they've been kind of opting to go there.
Right.
I've also been advising them to speak to their primary care physician just to make sure that they meet the time frame and not just kind of taking it at their word, but that they meet the time frame and that they meet the requirements in terms of, well, they all meet the
As
requirements.
long as they're over 65.
So I've been advising them also to speak to their doctor and make sure that they, understand everything about the booster and what it entails. And the question I had, which I don't know, I feel like I should know this maybe, but if they had a Pfizer shot, do they have to get a Pfizer booster? Or
Yes.
could they get a different,
So-
it'd be the same?
The same,
Right
right?
now, it is a Pfizer booster at Presbyterian. And the majority of the people that they gave their vaccinations to were Pfizer. But they are asking whether you got Pfizer or Moderna, because I think that they are right at the moment of possibly getting Moderna boosters as well, or getting permission to give people who got Moderna the Pfizer booster. So I'll send out the email. I'll send it to you and Julie. And Julie, if you would send it to the whole community director group.
Absolutely. I already got an email from Paula. Is yours different?
No, if you got it, then you got it.
You want me to send the email that, but I'm not sure, Fern, that we all had our own dedicated link the first time. I
I
think,
understand, but so did the Y. But it was either under Leah or it was under Marcy.
no, that's not the question. But if I forward the letter that Paula sent me, it has Mariah's link. Your link and my link are not the same, I don't think, are they?
Well, hang on a second. Let me see. I think they are, but maybe
Let me
not.
pull up mine and we can compare it. You know
Yeah,
what?
I'm gonna take a look.
While you are comparing notes, I have an announcement.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, within the community board 12, but we have 2 police precincts, 34 and 33. We have a new commander at the 3-3, replacing Charlie Bello that was transferred to the Bronx. And we have a new commander. His name is Brian Natali. We are going to have an in-person introduction to him, to the community on October 28th at the precinct. We have a permission to have an in-person meeting as opposed to a virtual. So anyone that is interested in attending, they should come to the 3-3 on 2707 Amsterdam Avenue, the corner on 170th Street at 6:30 p.m. It's important. He won't be able to go and visit every place that wants to see him. So we are just doing that. If you're interested, please join us.
Okay, and Fern, I looked at my email. It's a dedicated link for Mariah. I can see in the address, it says Mariah with all the things, senior center. So I think
Okay, so
everybody.
mine was written as an instructional email that says hi team.
That's your on screen.
And it doesn't have a specific link. We are using our old link.
Oh, so she sent me an email, probably, but the link within it's 6 million little digits, but in there it says Mariah Senior Center. And I recall from the first time, each center had their own dedicated link.
Yeah,
So
I know,
I would
but-
suggest that everybody reach out to Paula and get their dedicated link back if they don't still have theirs.
So if you go to your, here, I'm gonna forward this to you. If you go to your existing link, it just pops up. That's what Richard and our team here did. But because.
So I didn't try that because.
Deandra doesn't have it.
Okay, can you continue this conversation offline?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
You will send us,
Um,
you'll send us the information, right? Fern
Yes.
Yes, she will.
or whoever.
Ideas for future presentations. We need to get some presentations going. I don't know, what kind of presentations we need for our group. I mean, we can't get the seniors involved. Maggie, there was a conflict at the Star Senior Center today, so they couldn't get their clients involved in the meeting. But if anybody has ideas for presentations for us, please let me know.
I'm not sure if you want Deanna to come back with the dental, but she does have some update regarding the dental school in the Upper Manhattan.
Okay.
We do have some updates.
Okay.
So please allow her to come back next month to bring that updates, because she has good information on dental care and the seniors for us.
Okay, we can do that. Anything else? Any other announcements? Okay, so our next meeting is November 4th at 10:30. And I look forward to seeing everybody there. I'll get this budget put together because there is a general budget meeting on, I believe it's the 20th. It's on the community board calendar. And it's a public meeting, but we'll be doing the voting at that time as well, so.
When is that, Mary?
Give me 1 second and I'll tell you
October
definitely.
26th.
Huh?
October 26th is our
26th?
general meeting.
Yeah, okay.
Tuesday, October 26th.
So there's not gonna be a separate public meeting?
I have to go
Well,
to a 12 o'clock appointment, but it was nice seeing everyone. I'm sorry, just we'll continue, but continue.
Bye. Okay. She's talking about the general meeting.
I'm going to leave also. I will get back to you, Fran.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Stay safe.
Okay, you too. Oh, maybe Ebenezer can tell us about, there is a special meeting just for the budget.
Oh, yeah,
Is that what you say, Mary?
October 20th.
Yes,
Budget
we have a special meeting for the budget on Wednesday, the 20th at 6:30. As a matter of fact, what I doing is
Yeah.
putting together the flyer to be sent it out. So please send me your ranking as soon as possible. So I need to prepare the final document for that meeting. And
Right.
yes, we have a budget consultation ranking meeting on the 20th.
Ooh.
Yeah, right. Ebenezer, would you be able to help me find the numbers for a couple of these budget items? That I'm not sure of the number, so that I can.
Yes,
figure it out.
send the document and I help you with that. It should be
Okay.
in the register that we sent it last year.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Ebenezer, I'm sorry, I cannot make it the 20th. So can I do that by mail?
I don't know. I need to find out with Eleazar. You can do it by mail.
All right, then
Supposed
I
to
won't
be
able to
present in the
make it at
meeting.
all. Yeah, I won't be able to make it.
We were able to do it, not in the meeting because, we had to print out the document and whatever, last year. And, we were able to,
Yeah,
submit
but
it.
it put a lot of
We had
work
a few
on the
days
office.
to do it.
No, it makes a lot of work for the office because we also needs to rank the entire budget for the entire,
Right.
all the committees. So I think,
Right.
just to make the things a little clearer and easier, somehow the chair of the board have to make a decision on that.
Yeah.
Because there are certain people, we vote based on the ranking, priorities by committees as opposed to, for need, based on the needs, not just on the committee recommendations. What we
Right.
feel that number one priority for us may not be the number one priority for other members of the community board. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So we have to be careful.
I'm sure we'll finalize that at the executive committee meeting, if not before. So. Anything else? If not, we will.
Oh, Mary, I'm sorry. Robert Jackson, they having a food pantry with St. Elizabeth Church. I think it's tomorrow. Oh my God. I shouldn't have opened my mouth. But
I believe
anyway,
for his though, that you have to call and register for it though.
right. That's what I was gonna
Yeah,
say also.
right,
that I have to
right.
look. But I should have had the date and the time,
But there are lots of food pantries in the area. I don't know if
Tell me about it.
people would like to have that information for their clients or because there's some that you don't have to register for.
And
There's
there's
some
also
that
a
are-
lot of there is also a lot of duplication. There is a lot of waste because that have to be said. There are
Yeah, but I mean, you
people
can
who-
go, you know, I mean, you can go, you know, to one or the other at your convenience, you know, I mean, people may not be able to get to one because it's not as, you know, it's too far or whatever.
Yeah. You were surprised people travel from here to the Bronx to get something, you know, some food.
I know,
So,
and vice versa.
tell me about it. Mhm. Anyway, so I was looking for the same from Robert, but anyway, all
Yeah.
right. So we finished now?
I believe so.
to
So we
go.
will adjourn this meeting at 12:05 PM. Thank you,
so
everybody,
much.
for your input.
All right.
Let's get those boosters. I have my appointment already, so.
Okay, great.
Bye, everybody.
Everyone should have already gotten it. I
Bye.
sent it out already to everyone.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
I know.
Bye.